Welcome back, dears. Today in chapter 2.6, page 74, we're going to explain how to factorize those algebraic expressions. So factorization, it means that we have to factor. That means we have to find the multiplication of two numbers. But those two numbers or those two variables should be exactly the same thing. For example, as you can see on the right side, we've got 1 square. 1 square is 1 times 1. 3 square is 3 times 3. If I put 5 here and I want to factorize 5, I have to ask the question, what times what gives me 5? So I only have 1 times 5 and the numbers are not the same. So I cannot factorize 5, I leave it as 5. But if I go to number 4, I can factorize it. So if I factorize, it's going to be 2 times 2. 9 is 3 times 3. So 3 square is 3 times 3. And 9 is the same thing 3 times 3. So you can have it as 3 square or you can have it as 9. 25, if I want to factorize it, it's 5 times 5. 81, if I want to factorize it, it's 9 times 9. And 9 square, it's the repetition of the base 2 times. 9 times 9, which is exactly the same thing as 81. So dear students, let's start solving. The first one, we will start with the first example that we have on page 74. It's asking us to factorize x squared minus y squared. So it's finding the difference between two squares. First of all, I have to write down two parentheses, okay? I have to draw two parentheses. After I draw this, I have the negative sign. So if you remember the phase that we studied, we said if they're different signs, always I will get negative. So when is it negative? When I have different sign, one of them negative, one of them positive. Now I come and ask the question, x squared, if I factorize it, what times what gives me x squared? It's x times x. Great. Now what about y squared? Y squared, if I want to factorize it, it comes from y times y. Be careful, dear students. The x squared is from the first part. So from the first parentheses, I put the x. From the second parentheses, in the beginning, I put x. While y squared is in the second part. So from the parentheses, both of them, I put it in the second part. And remember, whenever it's negative, always I put different sign. Remember the face, different sign, it will give me negative. Let's go to number 7. Again, it's asking us to factorize. If I go to the first number, it's 5. So what times what gives me 5? It's only 1 times 5. I don't have exactly same numbers like these, so I cannot factorize it. What will I do here? I leave it like this. I cannot open anything here. So I have to try thinking about another way. The other way is that I have to find the GCF, greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor between 5 and 20, okay, I don't have any variables here. If I had x here, I would have chosen the least exponent, so the variable with the least exponent, but I don't have x here, so I'm not going to choose any x, only the numbers. For 5, it's 1 times 5. For 20, it's 1 times 20, and 5 times 4, 2 times 10, okay? So what's repeated? 1 and 1, 5 and 5. The greatest of them is 5. So my GCF is 5. What I'm going to do is that I have to divide by the GCF and take the GCF outside and open parentheses. And I start dividing. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times x squared is x squared minus 20 divided by 5 is 4. Now, the common mistake in here students do is that they directly start writing x squared minus 4 and forgetting about the GCF that should be outside. Okay, dear students, now in here again I ask the question. Did I answer the question that asked me to factorize? I take a look here. I have x squared minus 4. X squared, it comes from x times x. And 4, it comes from 2 times 2. So did I factorize here? No. Again, what should I write? The GCF outside, and I have to open up two parentheses. What will be the signs inside? Different signs, negative and positive, okay? As the phase that we mentioned. Now, x squared comes from x times x, okay? And 4, it comes from 2 times 2. Now, did I factorize it? Yes, now I answered the question. Let's go to question number 35. Again, it's asking us to factorize. I have 3m plus 1 squared minus 81. 3m plus 1, can I open it? Like 3m, can it be opened? What times what gives me 3? It's only 1 times 3. I don't have it, so I cannot factorize it. What about 81? 81, if I think about it, it's 9 times 9. And I also have it here. 81, it comes from 9 times 9. So I start up by drawing 2 parentheses, okay? Again, I have a negative outside, so one of them negative, one of them positive. As you can see, I left more space here and here less. So the 81, it comes from 9 times 9, the second part, okay? And the first one, what do we have? 3m plus 1, okay? You can put it inside parentheses and you can leave it like this. It's both correct. And 3m plus 1. Why it's correct? Because it's in the first part. I don't have any negative sign to use distributive property. That's why for the first part, even if you don't put it inside parentheses, it's still correct. Now, in here, what's the final answer? I leave 3m inside parentheses, of course. Okay, because it's unlike terms. Negative 9 and positive 1. 9 is the big one. What's the sign of my big number? Negative. Same sign, add. Different sign, subtract. So 9 minus 1 is 8. I come to the other part. Positive, positive, both of them. So same sign, add them up. 9 plus 1, 10. And this is my final answer. This is how we answer these type of questions for factorization.